Welcome to Allie's Attic, where you never know what kind of surprise you'll find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my surprise is a man from a one-piece, melodic, political, groove rock band forged in the bowels of the deepest, darkest South Yorkshire, England. Sheffield, to be precise. I love that it says that in your bio, by the way. I couldn't wait to read that. Please welcome Michael Sherratt. Hi, Michael.
Hi, how you doing, Allie?
I am doing great. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Not bad, not bad. I'm doing good for, just basically crawling out of bed a little while ago. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, poor Michael has to see me right now. Anyways, tell me a bit about you. And I know it's a one-piece band, so explain that to everybody, too.
Well, basically, it's just me. I play everything, do the vocals, the guitar, the bass, the drums. You don't have to deal with the politics of a normal band, if you like, because musicians can have differing ideas of politics or sounds or tunage. So basically, being a one-man band's quite fun. The only argument you have is with the drummer.
You're funny. So when did you start getting interested in music, Michael? Like, how old were you?
God, over here it's called junior school, and that was, I was about, 7?
Oh, wow.
And just started listening to Guns N' Roses, so whatever else was in the playground doing, running around playing rounders or, I suppose you'd call it baseball, over there, I'd listen in the corner with my Walkman on, listening to music, and then from the age of about 13, I got into being in bands, and I've been in bands ever since, so
wow.
I've been into it most of my life, really.
Well, that's good. So I guess that's why you know that bands don't get along sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. I've been in quite a few to now. So.
That's funny. Now, you were in the part of the country where I want to go. I want to be in Scotland, but I want to do the whole European tour. I have relatives there. That's where all my family's originally from. And it's funny because some people say the way I talk, it sounds like I live in the UK. And I'm like, really? And I guess it's just words I've picked up from my grandparents. Very weird. Both sets of grandparents come from Scotland. It's strange. Now, talk about, we were talking before the interview, and we were talking about our love for music and, blah, blah, blah. And your band, or you, I keep saying band, you have been described, well, Operation Neptune Spear is the name of you. I don't even know how to say that, but it's cracking me up. Anyways, and you've been described as Led Zeppelin on speed. And I can get that because of the melodic quality of your songs. And they are they're political. And they're groove and they're rock, and so I can get the reference. Why, the political part of it? You're very political, I guess, naturally?
Yeah, they say you should write about what you know. I know about politics and history, and the current political climate in the world at the moment is very, very interesting. It's one of the best times I've experienced that can influence writing. There's quite a lot going on to actually pick up on and, write about. And people don't do it that often these days. I haven't heard a very good political band for a long time, so...
Yeah, the days of John Lennon seem to have gone to the wayside. And I think that's because I've talked about this so often. I love all artists of any genre, and if they're huge, if they're not, I love music, so I don't care. And I know a lot of the artists that are huge, like superstars, are kind of told what way to go.
Stay away from that particular subject.
Yeah, exactly. About, their producer or whoever, they kind of direct them, I guess, is the word I'm using. And that's why a lot of it all sounds the same, too, I think. If it works, keep doing it, which
That's it.
I get it, and it makes me sad because take Carrie Underwood, for instance. Her voice is killer. And she can do so many different genres and so many different types of country, and she's in that lane because that lane's working for her. So yeah, of course. But they really stay away from the political aspect. And, you've seen what's happening with the NFL football players.
Yes.
They're getting thrown out of the game or whatever if they don't stand for the national anthem. And I get why they don't, because I don't think I would. I'm not from the States. No friggin' way would I. My country, yeah. The president, no. So I think it's really risky, and I'm glad that you do it because we need more people like you doing stuff like that. And expressing it through music is the best way. So
I think it reaches more people, doesn't it?
it does, and it probably talks about stuff that maybe they don't want to talk about, or they're scared to talk about, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, and it's an easier medium to actually interact with people. I mean, if you stand there talking to someone about politics, you can see their eyes glaze over and they just kind of go, all right then. Whereas if you actually put it in a format that's more accessible, it kind of goes in a bit more, I imagine.
Yeah, exactly. And they can use any excuse they want as to why they're listening to it. I mean, there is no excuse to why they listen to you. I've heard you, and you guys, I keep doing that. You're amazing. You are amazing. Your songs are amazing. I'm glad that you're doing the political route, to be completely honest. I honestly do wish more people would do it. Now, what made you decide? So was it just the politics of bands? I'm going to use that word all the time now. Of why you decided to go on your own?
No, it was a necessity, I think.
Okay.
Where I live, it's kind of hard to find a good drummer, for one. And basically someone gave me an iPad and I thought, oh, it's got GarageBand on. I wonder if I can try recording something into that. And I did a track and I thought, I can do this by myself. I don't really need anyone else. So it just kind of went on from there. So.
Okay. I'd kind of like, well, I mean, I do work by myself. What am I talking about? I'm completely by myself, except for when I have artists on. Now, so you're on an island? Is that what you just said?
Big one?
So where you live,
Yes.
it's not an island. I thought I just heard you say island. It's not an island.
Oh, no.
God,
it's a big island. England's a big island.
yeah, I was going to say, what the hell am I talking about? What's the music scene like there?
In South Yorkshire, it used to be pretty good. It used to be predominantly metal. It's not so bad. Around Sheffield, there's some good bands coming out of Sheffield at the moment, some good indie bands. It's mainly indie music now. The metal scene's not so massive anymore. So.
Okay. Yeah, my my stepdad and I had a conversation about metal music. He was like, well, AC/DC. I'm like, no, they're hard rock. They're not heavy metal. And he considers them heavy metal. I'm like, no.
I agree.
No. So you have a self-produced album and EP,
Yep.
opening, it's World on Fire in 1984. Are you coming out with another one?
Yes, we're constantly writing tracks, so it's just trying to get the time to actually sit down and record them and get them sorted out. I mean, currently I'm working on a guy called, another one-man band, Replicant Theory, sent me an album that he's doing and asked me if I'd do some guest vocals on it for him. So currently I'm looking at doing that, and then I'll probably sit down and write some more Operation Neptune Spear and try and get that recorded. So.
Awesome. Yeah, we do. We need more music like yours. Now, if you had any advice, I mean, like you said, you've played in a lot of bands and now you are on your own, but you are helping other artists as well. That's one of the things I love about the indie community. They seem to really,
pitches in.
Yeah, everybody helps out, not like when you're not in the indie community. I have to watch so carefully what I say, it's crazy. Excuse me. Where do you want to go from here? Like, what are your aspirations?
World domination.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
That's easy. Okay. So I think I'd like you opposed to Trump, but I mean, like I said, I don't live in the States, and neither do you. So we have our queen, who is our monarchy here. So seriously, though, besides the world domination, although if that's your aspiration, that's great.
I just want to keep making music. I just want people to keep listening to it, basically. That's my aspiration with the band. It's just to get music out there, get it out of my head, get it somewhere else.
Instead of driving you crazy at night.
It can do.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to find out. It blows my mind that a lot of artists like you do it just because they love to get a reaction from the fans, telling them, if they think they're, on the right track, if they're doing good, if they like their music. It's not, being the next Led Zeppelin or, whichever. And
that doesn't bother me. I mean, we don't tend to sell this music anyway. It's free. So
I know.
I
know. I just want more people to hear of you because I love you. So yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So most of your music can be downloaded free, as you said, via SoundCloud, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Now, because, like I said, you have been around for a while, which haven't we all? Me more so than anybody. What kind of advice would you give a new artist just starting out, Michael?
Persevere and don't give up. You've just got to keep going, and you can get negative comments on the internet. The internet's just a big pool of bullies, basically, most of the time. Just ignore the negative aspects and just concentrate on the good aspects and keep going. That's all you can do.
That's great advice. And yeah, it is a lot of bullies, but what I keep telling people is they're behind a screen.
Exactly, the cowards mainly.
Yes, they're not in your face, so don't worry about it. They can't physically touch you. I know
Exactly.
words hurt, but you've got to think if somebody is behind a screen saying really awful things, there's something wrong with them, not you.
Yes, and if it gets too much, you can always turn it off.
Exactly, you can block them.
Exactly.
Not like in real life. Well, I hope you keep doing what you're doing, and anytime you have a new single or anything, if you want me to share it, just send it to me. I have a page where I just put up new singles from bands or artists that have been on my show. It's just really good. It's more exposure than what you have yourself. Now, everybody can find you on social media. It's Operation Neptune Spear. Before we stop, stop. Where did you get that name, by the way?
Well, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but it was the operation that was sent out by the US to kill Osama bin Laden.
Okay.
And it's quite a topical name, and I think it sounds quite nice. It's one of those things that if someone reads it on radio, I can imagine them doing a double take. Did I just say that? Kind of thing. I mean, the original name for the band was Operation Rolling Thunder, which was the operation to bomb the north of Vietnam during the war in Vietnam. But someone else had already recorded under that name. So I thought, I need another cool military operation, and that one just stuck out. So.
Wow, you really are into politics, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, Operation Neptune Spear. Wow, I'm glad that era's over and that president's gone, although I think the one we have is even worse. But anyway, they're all insane. They need to take away that man's Twitter account.
Give it to me, I'll be fine.
I can just imagine. We'd have a war in North Korea for sure. Yeah, that's scary. Two crazy leaders, you know what I mean? Not liking each other. It's just like we're all walking around on tiptoes. And I'm Canadian. You know, but I mean, he's taking away a lot of our free trade and doing all kinds of wonderful. I don't ever get political, but I'm going to for a second. All kinds of crazy things, and I think he needs to be. Is it called impeached? Am I using the right word?
Yes.
Okay.
Impeached when they remove them. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody needs to do that quickly. I don't know, but anyways, that's just my take on it. What two songs are we going to hear from you today, Michael?
I believe it's Designer Puppets and Betrayed.
That is correct, and they're amazing. I urge everybody to go and listen, and you get a free download, so I mean, why the hell not? But support.
If that's not everyone's cup of tea, there are some mellower tracks on the SoundCloud page. I say mellower.
Mellower. I picked those two, by the way, everybody. Just so you know, it wasn't Michael's, doing. He sent me some songs, and I decided which ones I wanted to put on.
They are the latest ones.
Yes, and it's fun when artists get me to do that instead of just sending me, two songs. Obviously, they want to promote their newest ones, but I get to listen to a lot of songs the artists send me, and I get to pick, and I like it. Okay, so thank you for coming on. Thank you for I was running late, and then I couldn't find you, I didn't know what was going on there for a little bit, but we're all good now.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, anytime, Michael. And like I said, anything new happens or you want to come back on the show, it's not a one-shot deal. Just keep, how to get a hold of me now.
Yep.
And, we'll keep in contact. And one thing, the great thing I love about my show is I have songwriters come on, I have producers come on, I have all kinds of interesting people. And I know that some people that have been on, other artists that have been on, have contacted them to get help with, either producing new tracks or
Okay.
doing whatever. So if you ever want to maybe find somebody like that, they're all on my YouTube channel. You guys will all be on my YouTube channel, probably way past when I'm around. So that will be there. So yes, thank you so much, and say hello to your family, and keep doing what you're doing.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Ali. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, and thank you for joining me on Allie's Attic Show. Keep checking my website because you never know what kind of surprise you'll find in my attic. Cheers.